Not always. Not always is it because the majority says it's this way, it's that way. And you understand where I'm coming from. Okay? So, if we want to know the name of the creator of the heavens and the earth, real simple suggestion. Ask him. But when we ask, one of the problems that we ask hoping to hear what it is that we want to hear. Sometimes that answer may differ from what it is that you're looking for. Question is, will you be able to receive it when that truth is revealed to you? Okay? So let's move on. Now, one of the things we want to look at in reference to the divine name is the Masoretic influence. Okay? So let's get that up there. Now, as was stated, Yod, He, Wa, He. Okay. The Yod had the pronunciation of the E sound, so I'm going to do it this way. Okay. The first He, and we're going to get into this as we go along, is the secondary pronunciation of the letter He. Remember, it has two pronunciations. It can be pronounced as in met, or it can be pronounced as in far. So, E-R is the secondary pronunciation. Okay? The Wa, that's the U sound. E-R-U. And the last He is a masculine, or takes on the primary pronunciation, which is E. So when you say these sounds together, and what's interesting about it, to assure that the pronunciation would not be lost, these are not consonants. You know, you see people representing it like this, Y, H, W, H. Not so. They're not consonants. They are vowels. Okay? So, knowing and understanding the fact that they are vowels, we now see that the pronunciation of this tetragrammaton, E-R-U-E. 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 Okay? So that's where we get that pronunciation from. So let's go on. Let's look at what the Masoretics have done with this. Now, in order to conceal the pronunciation, let me add the vowel points. Now, you find this in number. First set of vowel points, 3, 0, 6, 8 in your Strongs. Okay? Now, they put what's called a schwa. Now, schwa is supposed to be a short E sound. Okay? Then they also put vowel point here and vowel point there. Now, looking at it as a consonant, they looked at this as being a Y sound, so this would be Y and this would be E. So this is where you get the Y-E, and I give you the Y, the E. This was looked at as being an H. Now when they put this, now this is the interesting part right here. Now the way that it's listed in the Strong's number 3068, you got two vowel points right here. You got this vowel point here, which gives you the R sound. And you have this vowel point up top here, which gives you the O sound. So some way, shape, or form, you got yeah, then you got ho, wa. And this is where you get that from. O. And then you got this down here. I'm sorry. Yeah, ho. And this is for some reason, which is the wa sound, becomes a V sound according according to the Ashkenazi pronunciation. I want to emphasize that because we just talked about Ashkenaz and where they come from and who these people are. But according to that Ashkenaz, they don't pronounce it as Waw, but they pronounce it as Vav. So, Yehovah. In other words, when it translates into the English, this is where you get the name Jehovah. Okay? But with the addition of the vowel point, that's where you get the yod and the hey coming to a yes sound, and you get this vav or waw and a hey coming to an r sound because of the vowel points that were added. This is the Masoretic influence. But this is just one of them. Okay? Now in another place, and this number in the Strong's is 3069. Okay? Now you take the same 4. Okay? Now what they did, they're going to add other vowel points. So for this one, you still had the Shabbat, because they were trying to avoid or prevent people from pronouncing the name the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Keep that in mind. That was the reasoning behind doing this. So you have that, still you have the yet, but this time you have the vowel point as a dot underneath here, and you have another same vowel point that you have up there. So but this pronunciation would give you yeh, ho, v. Okay, Yehovah. Or Jehovah. Now again, you search and run reference on number 3068 or number 3069. So let me read what it says under the Strong for 3068. 3068 is this one right here, 3068. The proper name of the one true God, unpronounced, except with the vowel pointing of Strong's number 136. Now what's interesting about Strong's number 136, it is the word Adonai. Okay? Now they're not going to say or pronounce the R at the beginning because it'll still sound too similar to the Yah that it's supposed to sound like. So they changed it to a Shua. Okay? So it's you have the E. But everything else, O-R, Adonai, Adonai, Yehovah, Adonai, Yehovah. That's where you get that from. So when you come across this name and you see these vowel points with it, what that means is that you're supposed to pronounce it as Adonai because it is accompanied by the word Elohim. So when you find places in the Bible, okay, I need to erase some of this. My apologies. Let me just erase these pronunciations down here. Now in your King James Version, you'll find this. Now this here, spelled this way with these vowel points, Yehovah, okay? Or the vowel points for Adonai. Let me put that up here. Because these vowel points, when you're supposed to pronounce it Adonai. Okay? So when it had those, that means it was written this way. Lord God. You had the word Lord in all caps indicating that's the divine name. But instead of reading Yahweh Elohim, you read Adonai Elohim when you read it in Hebrew. Now for this word down here, okay, let me put it up here first. Because sometimes you find it written in the scriptures this way. Alright, so let me just make that division here. You move this line off the way. And I'm going to put that right here. Just for the separation. So when you see the word Lord written in regular letters, capital L-O-R-D, but you see the word God written in all caps, that means this is the representative of the divine name. So for this one, let's read what it says for 3069.